Babies and young children can be very difficult to understand when they speak. As children get older, their speech gets easier to understand. But which speech sounds develop first? And when should I be concerned about my child's speech sound development? Over the next 9 minutes, we will have a very quick look at typical speech sound development. This will help you to know when a child is following typical patterns, or when their speech sounds are not developing as expected, and they may need a little extra help and support. There are lots of different speech sounds, or phonemes, that a child needs to develop as they are growing up. Phonemes are the smallest units of speech, individual building blocks that make up a word. We will use the term speech sounds instead of phonemes throughout this video. In Ireland, when we speak English, we use around 44 different speech sounds, and a similar number when we speak in Irish. Some languages have way more speech sounds. Lithuanian has over 70. Some speech sounds are represented by a letter in the alphabet, like B and A, but many others are not, such as ch and aw. You can break words down to see how many speech sounds they have. The word teach has 3 speech sounds, t, e, ch. Take a second to think about how many speech sounds are in the word Spain. There are 4, s, p, a, n. Words that contain lots of speech sounds can be quite tricky for young children to say, like splendidly,
Splendidly.
or spaghetti hoops.
Catty poop.
Some sounds develop when children are very young. Other sounds are often not fully mastered until age 6 or 7. Most children can use all of the different speech sounds in their everyday speech by age 8. Let's look at the speech sounds that most children can use in single words by the time they turn 3. This is just a guideline, and some children will develop their sounds a little quicker or a little slower than this. I'll say the speech sound, and Danny is going to help by showing the sound in a single word. Little ones at age 3 can use most vowels, such as a
Bat.
and I.
High.
They can also use some consonants, such as b,
Boy.
hmm,
Knee.
hmm,
Mummy.
d,
Daddy.
p,
Puppy.
w,
Wave. Higher.
Just because a child can say a speech sound in a certain word doesn't mean that they will be able to say that sound in every word or when the word is in a sentence. Take the g sound in the word egg. Sometimes, while speech is still developing, the sound might change into a different speech sound.
The head is hot.
Or it might disappear completely.
I want an air.
This is all part of the gradual process of learning a sound. You can help speed this process up by using a strategy called recasting. We've made a video all about recasting. There will be a link at the end of this video and in the video description. Let's look at the speech sounds that most children can use in single words by age 4. G,
Go.
k,
Key. Bot.
t,
Tea. young,
You might be wondering how much of a child's speech, family, friends and teachers should be able to understand at different ages. A good guide is that adults should be able to understand at least half of what a child says by the time they turn 3. At least 3/4 of what a child says by the time they turn 4, and almost everything a child says by the time they turn 5. There might still be some speech sound errors, but you should be able to understand almost all of what the child is trying to say. That little guide is for when you are talking face to face with a child. It is harder to understand a child's speech when they are on the phone or you can't see their face. Let's look at the speech sounds that most children can use in single words by age 5.
van,
Ch,
chair,
j,
gin, low,
sh,
shoe,
s,
sea,
z,
zoo,
When making the s and z sounds, many young children will stick their tongue between their teeth. So the words soup and bus might sound like thoop and buth. This is known as a frontal lisp and can be part of normal speech sound development up until around age 5. If the child's s sound is slushy and the air is being pushed out the sides of their mouth, like choop and bush, this is known as a lateral lisp. A lateral lisp is not part of normal speech sound development, and a little help from a speech and language therapist will probably be needed. Let's look at the speech sounds that most children can use in single words by age 6.
row,
Zh,
measure,
and finally, the last developing sound, which most children can use in single words by age 7.
bath,
Most children follow similar patterns with their speech sound development and make similar errors. For a little more detail on the most common error patterns, check out this handy explainer sheet from Little B's speech. Some children will drop one consonant when 2 or more consonants come together in a word. So spider might sound like pider, even if the child can make the s sound in other words. This is called cluster reduction and is part of typical speech sound development up until age 5. Here's a quick recap. You might want to pause the video or take a screenshot. We hope you found this quick summary helpful. You can check out some of the other videos on the Learning to Talk playlist, and if you have any questions or concerns, you can contact your local speech and language therapy team.